My name is Lawrence Ray, also known as LRW3, and this is The Rose Gone. Before we get started, you probably already know who I have with me, but just in case they don't, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all, man? My name is AD, owner of Stusa Kicks.
Alright, DAD. Before we even get started and all you do, which you do a lot, go ahead and give people some background information about yourself that you think is important.
What I'll basically say, man, of course I resell shoes, but I am a full-time father. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids. Another thing that I do that a lot of people don't know is I manage 2 artists. Probably gonna start a record label this year. I don't know, I'm just thinking about probably just focusing on the brand and kind of, putting that in the mix of that and just, doing things the 2022 way and not the old school way. So, we're gonna see how that goes.
I like that. Yeah. So before we get you businessman, you do everything. I know you mentioned full-time father, which every time I see you, you got at least one of your kids with you. At least one. How has that really impacted you from, being a father? How has that made you grow or just things like that nature?
Oh man, kind of everybody has their weaknesses, man. And you know what I'm saying? And mine personally, I just mentioned I had 4 kids, so obviously the females were my weaknesses. So I feel like if I didn't put myself in those situations, then I'd be out here wild, and trust me, we wouldn't be sitting right here. I wouldn't have the focus that I do have right now. You'll see me in somewhere in LA with Beyonce or something.
Beyonce, Jay-Z, man. Jay-Z, watch him, man. Watch him.
Yeah, man. So just, they just kind of like put focus on me, man.
I like Good answer. Yeah. Now, Stusa, man, talk to me about this. First off, where did that name originate from?
Me and my friends in high school, man, we came up with that 2013, just solely based off being, the scholar athletes in high school. We were we were just the best at kind of what we did, but we were low key at the same time, so we just came up with a scheme and, just came up with the name.
So what made us turn this Stusa from a group of homeboys doing their thing, tight-knit circle, to a legit business?
Honestly, I kind of always knew that I wanted to have some type of business. Mm-hmm. And, when I started saying, resale and just resale in general with shoes, anything that has like a resale value, I kind of wanted to have a store. When I thought of the name, it was no other name that I could go up with than just what was me. Like anytime I wanted to open up a business, anytime, whether it's the shoe store, whether it's, the studio that I'm open, like I wanted it to be something about me. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted, when people see that name Stusa, I want them to ask them the same questions and really have a story behind it.
That makes sense. I like that. So how long have you been in business now?
Since 2019.
I got you.
So I'm on LLC, but I've been reselling shoes since about 2015.
Yeah, and that's a question I'm gonna hold off on just for we gonna dive a little later into deep into that. So as far as Stusa goes, man, every year I see growth in the business, man, just from afar. Mm-hmm. What's the plans? What's the next up plans for Stusa, just the store? Are we planning to get another location? Have you figured out your next step? Just sneak aside?
Right now I'm in the process of actually trying to open up a second location. Mm-hmm. It's probably gonna be downtown Macon, but I'm in the process of I'm in like a bidding war with a few people right now, and the location that I want, it actually is like 2 buildings, and the thing that I want to do is have like a lounge where people can come smoke hookah, eat good food, but it's going to be like a professional spot. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a dress code. We're going to stick to it, and I'm going to have my shoe store in the same building. You know what I'm saying? Just to give it a different type of vibe.
Don't tell them the location. I know you said you're in the bidding war. Don't add more people in that bidding war, man. So now, one thing I have noticed, and I might be incorrect, so definitely correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you went from doing it kind of all by yourself. It looks like now, I don't know if they're business partners or they're just a part of your team now, mm-hmm. but it looks like you done added in some people.
Yeah, definitely.
So what would you say has kind of changed now? Does that affect any way as far as how you handle things now? Because before you just running everything, you can make all decisions.
Yeah.
But now you gotta, I don't know if you gotta go through people because it's still yours at the end of the day, but how has that kind of impacted how you're moving?
Like I said, that's a necessity, especially when you're talking about growing. Mm-hmm. Like you said, it was just me doing everything since I started doing it. And, I was very particular about who I wanted to add and wanted to be a part of my business, especially if we're doing business, or who I wanted around me that's associating their name with mine. So, I'm always looking for people that have the same drive, whether it's something that I'm in or something that I need you for. And those guys that were in the area, Macon, Warner Robins, I got one guy from Atlanta, as I look at them, they're all under 21. You know what I'm saying? When I was that age, my mind was nowhere near where those guys heads.
Yeah, they're dangerous. 21.
Yeah, they're very dangerous right now. And I was like, if I can help these guys get to where I am, hopefully once I, want to step down from this, I'm comfortable with, putting the load on, my guys.
Yeah.
And that comes with a lot of, trust that I have in the guys just to be in the store when I'm not there and I'm out handling other business.
Gotcha. That's a good answer, man. Shout out 21 doing what they doing. Yeah, that's dope for real.
The guys off the chain, they just left Miami right now. Matter of fact, they probably on the road coming back now. We had a sneaker convention. We went out.
I see y'all all over with the cause I know y'all had a YouTube video. So
Yeah.
y'all doing that now. That's dope for real, man.
Yeah.
Shout out them working hard.
Yeah.
Now, in 5 years, you would consider your sneaker store a success if ...
If I have more guys like that around, and I'll sort of consider a success if I don't have to be in there, all day, every day. I can make one phone call and run the same way without me in it.
I like that. Now, talk to me about the work-life balance, because, I would assume, people don't care it's midnight when they decide they want a pair of shoes. They still hitting you.
Yeah.
So, how do you balance that as far as people hitting you all day for sneakers? Do you ever tell them, hey, wait till the ball, or you still on that? Nah, I'm getting that money right now.
Never, man. Like I said, you can hit me 24/7. You know what I'm saying? If I don't respond immediately, I'm gonna respond in the next hour. And I feel like I'm always gonna be like that because I'm providing the service for people. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody hits me up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm up, why not make that customer feel special?
Gotcha.
Get them back and take care of them regardless if I have what they need or don't. Let's set something up in the morning. Let come to the shop and we can do something. So I'm providing the service for people, and I want that.
I like that.
I want that 5-star rating.
Good answer. Now I'm gonna ask you this, because I notice a lot of people who are deep into the sneaker store owners, things like that. They don't really be wearing a lot of shoes that they don't really be caring like that. Yeah. Now you still be fly. We all know you still be fly. But how has that changed? Because now easily you could probably get all these shoes.
Yeah.
Does it kind of take away back in the day? Be like, man, I don't know how to get those. But you got all the connections now. Does it take away?
It definitely it's a blessing and a curse seeing so many shoes at one time. Being the owner of the store, seeing so many pairs come in that I don't have that I wanted back in the day that I have the option to do. But having 300-400 pair of shoes, there's nowhere you're gonna wear all those. And I went in my closet. I'm in the process of moving now, actually, and I was like, man, I gotta downsize. I got
You got my side too, don't you?
8.5, 9.
I'm in the game.
When
I'm in the game.
When you see me post all that 8.5, 9 stuff, that was just stuff that I had sitting in the closet literally for 2-3 years that I ain't know.
I'm glad. Go ahead, keep downside. Go ahead, keep downside.
It's just no point having $80,000 plus worth shoes, and I know that I need extra capital to help me do all these things. So I'm like, it's the business.
Nah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. So I know you done ran into thousands of shoes already just in your time. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the best pair of shoes that I would say that you sold? Now it could be best pair based off of profit margin. It could be best pair just based off of height. What would you say is the best pair that ever came through Stusa?
Man, I've moved everything. I've moved shoes for $40. I've moved shoes for $2,000, and I've moved a bulk of shoes for over $60,000. You know what I'm saying?
Talk that business talk. Look at that humble brag. I like that though.
So I'd rather, the most exciting thing to me is being able to, sell 1,000 pair of shoes.
That's a fact. All right, let's downsize this question then. What's the best pair of shoes in your personal collection?
In my personal collection, I'm gonna go with the CPF dunks. I don't know if you've seen those.
I ain't gonna be.
They're the all gray dunks with the diamond studs all the way around them. That shoe goes for about $3,500.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, damn, I do need $3,500 right now. But I was like, no, I work too hard to get this. That's something that can be in the closet forever.
Now, what from a business owner standpoint, what would you say is a better method as far as choosing what to decide to purchase? Do you go after the hype shoes because they're gonna sell quicker, probably for more money, or do you go after the shoes that may not cost you as much to buy, even if the profit margin isn't as much? You can get more of those, or do you just do both?
I do both, but the better thing to do, as I would tell people who are just starting to resell that doesn't have really the clientele that I do have or the storefront or anything, I'd say go after the shoes that are going to sell. Like, don't necessarily go after the hype shoes because you know they're going to sell, because how many people can afford the hype stuff?
That's
you know what I'm saying? How many people can afford the off-whites and all this kind of stuff? So you'll get that shoe and not have an actual customer to go to.
Now you still do consignment though, don't you?
Yes.
So if you ain't got the connect, he got the connect. Just bring it to him.
Yeah, just bring it to me. And
let him get a little bit off top of that, man. Now, what would you say? How is the hype culture? This is a more general question than specific to you. What would you say? How is this hype culture affected, like just sneakers and being able to buy sneakers?
I'd say when I first started out, it was really people who were passionate about selling sneakers, not because of the actual dollar amount, because they were doing that. You know, now I see, you know, little kids that are just starting out and all they care about is the profit behind the damn shoe, and that was literally not on my mind when I started. Like, I was like, okay, this is something cool. You can make money from it, but I'm not necessarily worried about the money. I saw it as an avenue that I can, you know, get people around me to do the same thing. You know, bring my friends together, meet people that had, you know, just meet like-minded people in general. You know what I'm saying? It's not really necessary about like the business anymore. It's just like
it's all probably not really low the shoes. I remember back when we all first started getting the shoes for the cheap, and everybody started buying and trading. You get a crazy pair of Jordans, what, 130? You can probably get some of anything. When you talking about 130, you only get a response nowadays for 130. You can't get nothing. Now, how has as a like a reselling store, how has places like StockX or GOAT affected your business? Or even like, because you buy shoes, and I know I can already tell 9 times out of 10 people walking in there with you wanting the StockX price or thinking they deserve that price. How has that affected you?
It's made business better for me, honestly, because you know, whenever I first opened and StockX wasn't really popping like that, people never knew how I came up with my prices. And StockX is really what I based everything off of. So now that, you know, StockX has kind of had a good name for themselves, and everybody saying StockX this, GOAT this, and all that kind of stuff, there shouldn't be any explaining to do whenever you see the prices on the shoe.
Make perfect sense.
So they just, you know, they made everything easier for me.
So you just basically, do you, because I mean, at the end of the day, you're still in business, so I would assume you don't want to pay the StockX price, because then where do you get your profit from?
No, whatever, how I base my prices off of.
And I don't want you to give out your sauce now.
No, this is something everybody should know. So
all right, just make it shit.
Yeah. So whenever it comes to me buying shoes, whatever StockX gives you, if you were to sell to them, that's what I would match. So versus you sending your shoe to StockX and them taking a week and a half or however long it takes for them to pay you, you come to me and I pay you up front.
Okay, I like that. Makes sense. Now, let me ask you this, because let me see the next question I want to ask. And you kind of just broke down your price anyway, so that kind of wraps it up. Now, what would you say to somebody who doesn't like your prices for whatever reason? Now, most of those, what I would say is a lot of people who don't want to pay the price probably ain't in the shoes that much, because if you did, you understand the time and effort it takes going, getting all these sneakers, the connections, like, yeah, if you don't want to pay it, then go get it yourself. You probably can't get it yourself because you ain't got those connections. Yeah. So what would you say to somebody who doesn't, whatever, has an issue with your prices? Exactly. If it even matters to you, because it may not even matter to you.
Yeah, exactly what you just said. You know, go get it from somebody else.
Pricey.
If you find somebody with it cheaper, send them my way. So
let me get the same deal you get. Until then, pay the price, man. Yeah. Now, this next question, man, I know you're not going to say it because you're going to be too humble, so I'm going to say it for you, man. Now, this ain't no disrespect to no other person who do the sneakers like you do, but in this area, I don't remember anybody, at least in our age group, who did what you did, as far as everybody was selling sneakers, you know, just hand out the trunk, whatever. Everybody was selling sneakers. Nobody took it to actual business until you. Now, shout out, I see a bunch of places popping up now, but you, to my knowledge, again, no disrespect, but I'm wrong, were the first person to make it official. What would you, first off, would you take credit for that? If you don't want to, you ain't got to, because I just gave you credit.
Yeah, I'll take credit.
Okay. And my main question for that is, what was my main question for that? How do you think that how you've been successful, given basically a blueprint, do you think that's kind of what maybe inspired others to take that risk that maybe they wouldn't have had they not seen you be able to do it?
Yeah, that was the purpose of me doing it. Right. Everybody else that you see opening shops around here, of course, they reached out and asked questions, and that's what I feel like I'm here for. you know, my guy Justin just opened up his shop on 96, and like I said, he was with me since day one. Like, if he wouldn't open up the store, he'd be in my store learning and doing everything that I do so he can get to the point where he is now. And that's the same thing I want for the guys that are in my store now. Like, I want you guys to learn the actual business. I want you guys to see me make these mistakes, so whenever it's your turn to open up a store, because whenever I expand, who you guys think are going to be front row to be able to be the one that's owning this shop, or if you want to change the name to your store or whatever it is, it's going to be y'all. So I want y'all to go in it knowing how to run it correctly.
That's dope. Shout out Justin for real. Justin Kicks. I think I probably bought 6 or 7 pair of shoes from him already, man. Most definitely. Now, other than Justin, because we just showed him some love, who are some other dope resellers maybe that you want to acknowledge?
Just the guys that you see me working with. Bear from Macon, Craig from Fort Valley. My guy Bird Song, he's out of Atlanta. He does a lot of business with me. And not even resale rods, but my guys at Fresh, man. That's who really, you know, were the first ones to pop off.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Shout out Fresh.
Those are my guys over there.
They don't do they do what you do?
No, that's why I said not resales. Those they got a boutique contract.
Let me ask you this: have you ever thought about? And I don't know your business structure, but have you ever, whatever contract they got, is that not been something you consider getting, or it's just not your business plan?
It's just not my business plan.
Hey,
it's a great business plan, but I like being able to kind of control the market.
I like that. Simple as that. Now, that kind of wraps up my questions related to Stusa, the sneaker side of things. Anything else you want to say or you need to say, or of course let people know the address if they need to come buy some shoes?
The address to the store is 5080 Riverside Drive, Macon, Georgia. Suite 302. We're located right in between GameStop and Journeys. Another thing that I'll touch on is I'm in the process of actually opening up a group tonight. It's going to be a Discord based.
Hold on, I got to cut you. I got some questions for that.
Okay.
Got you. Yeah, I like that. I picked that. We're gonna touch that. Yeah, so stay. You got to watch a little further now, because now you know he ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we're going to move to the business part of this, man. Like I said, you just already showed me. You got your toe on some of everything. First thing I wanted to that I'd acknowledge that you've been doing lately, man. I see you in the studio a lot. You know, became you in the music industry all of a sudden. What got you into being a manager is my first question.
Oh man, I've always loved music, dude. I've always been like the old school R&B guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my passion. I tell people all the time, like, if I didn't play sports growing up, if I would have started this, I would have been trying to be Key Sweat or some shit.
Did you ever do music? Well, you know, everybody at least attempted at one point. Did you?
Nah, I had, you know, in like middle school, me and my friends had like a little group where we sang in bands, doing a little stuff like that, but nothing really serious.
Got you. So let me ask you this: being that you weren't like necessarily tied into the music industry, has it been a learning curve now that you're managing people in the industry? Like, how's that going for you?
Yeah. See, my plan was to never really manage anybody. You know what I'm saying? My plan was to, you know, start the label. I like I said, I know talent. I know what it takes for an artist to get to the next, you know, level. So my plan was to start a record label. You know, I had, you know, a couple of my partners rap. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got my 2 artists. I knew about them. My goal was just to push them and just have my name behind it and really correlate that with my brand.
So you got 2 artists. Who's your 2 artists?
Drip Goo and C.
I just love C. Lee. Just had a Rose Garden, man. Shout out C. Lee. That's my guy, man. He did mention you in his, so shout out. The his ain't came out yet, so you didn't know that, of course. But yeah, he mentioned you. But what made you take on these 2 guys?
See, this first situation.
Hold on, that makes sense. Why every time I see you in the studio is with C. Lee. Okay, that's smart.
Make that happen. But what else was I gonna say? With Goo, how I got into managing things. See, what I was gonna do with him, that was gonna be the first artist that, you know, was behind my label and all this kind of stuff, and we were just gonna see where that goes. But while we were doing what we were doing, he got an offer from Kinky B. He was the president of CTE with Jeezy and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it was a good opportunity for us both to learn. So that's where I kind of dropped down to do the managing thing, and just to, you know, be in the background and, you know, help you just get wherever you need to get.
Okay, and what about with C. Lee?
With C. Lee, he just came from being around. I met C. Lee through Trey. And you know, we in the studio, I'm listening to his music, and I'm like, man. I
told C. Lee, but that Fox 5, he was going crazy right now. That Fox 5.
So I'm listening to all these people like, man, you ain't got nothing going on. He had a few situations going on, but he was kind of in and out. And you know, see, they got a lot of integrity. You know, he got a lot of he knows what's going on, and he knows what's going on from the business side, the artist side, and all this kind of stuff. So he's just not gonna take a situation to just take it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who it's coming from or how much money it is, like he would rather have me behind him, which is someone he knows genuine and wants the best from him, versus just wanting you to make money off of him.
Yeah, that's what he made clear on his roads going to. Shout out C. Lee again. We're gonna get that video out soon for you, man. Yeah. So for people who don't know your artists, I'm gonna give you a chance, man. Talk to us about them. What would you? First off, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Make sure you know your artist. What would you say is Drip Group best song?
Drip Group best song? It ain't even out yet, man. Drip.
Well, see, let me correct this. What's his best song that people could hear this and go play immediately?
To me, it's what the R&B song we got, man, called Love Calls. And like I said, that's kind of a thing that I'm not gonna say he's scared of, but he's so used to being a rapper, but he don't even know how big he is with being the R&B guy. And I feel like that's gonna be something that separates him from everybody else, being able to be able to talk about the street shit, go pain, and then be able to sing to the females. So.
Got you. And what about C. Lee? What's C. Lee best song?
C. Lee best song. I like C. Lee.
I don't care what he says. C. Lee's false five. He can say that
false five.
That false five.
Damn, C. I'm saying it's a hard question because it's so goddamn many, man.
That's a good answer. Yeah, so that's a good manager answer.
Like with both of them, it's just I can't even pinpoint that. Like I can just say like what kind of style I like for him to do, but with C. Lee. C. Lee, the R&B dude too, and that's what he loves to do.
I gotta peep C. Lee some more. I didn't know he did R&B.
You gotta hit the R&B stuff, but C. Lee he can definitely get the club things going.
Gotcha.
He's more of the industry style.
Yeah, I get it.
He reminds me of Future.
I told him that on the Rose Bowl. I said, bro, you and Future need a collab, man. That's a fact. Yeah. So any announcements you need to make for your artists? Anybody got a project you need to say coming out, man? Anything you need to plug for these are your artists. So
yeah, C. Lee's actually dropping this month, well February. I think at the end of February, and like I say, Goop, be ready for him too. He should be dropping in like the next 3 months, man.
That's
so
what's
about to get this stuff going.
That's what's up. So let's stay on the music real quick. What's up with this Stusa studio? Where did this come from?
Just another business decision, man. Why am I coming out of pocket paying studio sessions are ridiculous.
Trust me, 60 hours minimum. Y'all look like y'all in the fancy studios too.
Like I said, we try to create that image. We want to show off our lifestyle. That's what.
Definitely y'all. Them studios, y'all be the guy.
We want to show off the lifestyle, and our lifestyle definitely ain't cheap. So just me having a business mindset. Why am I giving away $3,000-$4,000 a month when I can, do something on my own?
And charge people.
And charge people, and y'all just come here anytime y'all want to do something.
That makes sense. So have you? I don't know how far you are in that process. First off, do you have a location picked already?
No, I already got the location. I literally just bought the building.
Talk your talk.
In December. Now it's just getting everything renovated, man.
Is that in Macon or where's you at?
It's downtown Macon.
Let me ask you this, because everything, like all your businesses are right now in Macon. Why is Macon a location you like to stay in?
Macon showing me a lot of love right now.
I mean, that makes sense.
Of course the hometown is, but I'm talking about people who actually are older than me. Guys 40, 50, 60 years old that were in my position at one point in time. And, they're coming to the store, having conversations with me, and they want to help me grow any way they can, just because I guess they see something in me. So I'm just getting a lot of love from Macon right now.
Nice job, Macon, most definitely. So is there an expected date right now when the studio gonna open, anything like that?
No, I'm just taking everything, by chance, man. I'm getting quotes on how much this is gonna cost, how much that is gonna cost. So I'm just trying to figure out where, to put my cheese.
Have you locked in an engineer or anything for the studio yet?
No, I will be looking for guys to hire. Just, probably about 3 to 5 guys that I can get anytime somebody wants to book something.
Oh, that's dope.
I got a few guys in mind, so.
Shout out. Always killing it.
Yeah.
So anything else, as far as, like I said, you do a lot, man. We about to close out on the music side of things. Anything else you need to say about your artist, your studio, just anything music related?
That'll wrap it up, man. Just be on the lookout. Like I said, this is the year that we're about to start showing.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Another thing I'm hearing and seeing a lot, man. You almost gave it away earlier, man. Talk to me about this Discord. I ain't gonna lie, I only know what a Discord is. So first off, what is a Discord, and then what are you doing with it?
Basically, a Discord is just kind of like a private chat. You know, kind of like like the same way you got Facebook Messenger. It's just another name for that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But basically, what I'm doing is, you know, basically I'm the resale guy for instance, and I partner with a couple guys that I know been knowing for a minute that are in Ohio. They were the experts in, you know, crypto, sports betting. You know, the same way I make my living off shoes, these guys make their money off strictly sports betting, stocks, trading, and all that kind of stuff. So we were like, man, what if we come up with something to where we teach people how to do these things and show them, and they'd be able to have one-on-one access to us anytime they need it, 24/7, and we're gonna, you know, basically take them from A to Z with whatever it is that you join the group for. So, like I said, for $150 a month, you know, you have access to be able to talk to me about anything about shoes, reselling wise. I'm going to teach you guys, you know, how to get shoes for retail. I'm going to tell you guys like the predictions of what the market's going to be, so you know what shoes to go after. You know, you're just going to be able to have like chats with me about how to do that, and it's going to be the same thing with stocks. Like I'm going to have my guy Devin in there. He's going to show you, you know, how to start with maybe whatever your budget is. He's going to teach you how to create an account with, if it's $500, and grow that account to eventually, you know, 10, 20, 30, however far you want to go. But people got to understand that whenever you're investing in something, you got to be able to, you know, at least come up with something, especially when you're talking about, you know, stocks and sports betting and all these type of things. Like, these are, you know, side hustles that, you know, obviously I got the store. I got Devin. Like this kid makes $20,000 a day just being my
Shout out Devin. Shout out Devin.
Yeah, and then you got my sports betting guy that's gonna be running that, Travis, and my homegirl Abby. Like, these dudes, like I just started doing it literally 2 days ago and just made like $1,500. Just
sports betting?
Sports betting.
I started today. Shout out Trey, man. Trey, I just started the other day too.
Yeah.
And I ain't do that with him.
Yeah.
Like, no, I bet on the Bengals game, bro. I bet the Bengals to win by 3.
Yeah.
And I thought I won.
Yeah.
And I text Trey, like, man, I won my first bet. Come find out they said it was a push because
Yeah.
it went to overtime.
Yeah.
So I didn't even win,
see,
bro.
And see, with the thing with that, you know, you might not be the sports guru. Yeah, you might know sports, but you might not know the betting way.
Yeah, see, that's my problem.
Yeah, see, my guy in the group, they're literally gonna, you know, put what bets to do, what's gonna do this, who's gonna do that, blah blah blah, and you just literally copy and paste it. And
No, that's a fact.
Yeah,
like that one. I'm not trying to tell people to go join your Discord. Of course, do what you want.
Yeah.
But when it comes to sports betting, like, hey, 1 or 2 good bets, that 150 might pay for itself.
Yeah,
like,
like I
real.
said, bro, like I said, that 150, like, if you would have started, let's say, I just started this shit myself, literally Friday. It's Monday, I made $1,500, and like I said, it's all sports betting. It's hockey, it's soccer, whatever you can think of. We have bets for everything. So even if a football game doesn't come on, you can bet on a basketball game or a college basketball game or something. So it's always going to be like, every day is going to be a way that you can make money.
Now, are y'all betting inside the Discord, or it's just you just giving information to somebody who wants to bet?
It's an app that that you have to download. It's called Bravado.
Bovado? I know
Bovado,
something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that. And like I said, you just sign up. That, of course, that's free.
I don't like Bovado though, like the cash out method, because you got to get like Bitcoin or something in it, don't you? Or
you talking about to get like the money?
Yeah, the withdrawal.
Do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the base way you have to do everything anyway, especially when you start talking crypto and all that kind of stuff. You know.
I'm gonna cut you. Anything else y'all want to know about sports bet, y'all got to join the Discord. He giving out too much free.
Yeah.
Get that 150 and he'll finish what he was saying right there, man. So, like I said, I don't know much about Discord, so I don't know if you covered everything you wanted to cover on that Discord. Anything else you need to say about the Discord?
That's basically it, man. Like I said, with the group that we're gonna have, we're gonna post a link. You know, you just click the link, sign up, and like I said, it'll be $150 a month, and I guarantee you, in a week, you'll probably triple that, quadruple that, versus with the information that everybody's giving out.
And you said that go live tonight, right?
Yeah, it'll go live tonight. I'm gonna probably go up down.
Well, by the time this comes out, it's probably been live already. Yeah. So it's live already. So go ahead and join this Discord. Now, let me see what question I had left. So this next question is general. It's not like specific to you. But I know something that you're a big advocate for is like mental health. So before we close this out, I don't know if you wanted to speak to like mental health or why it's important. And let me ask you, before you get talking, let me ask you how you doing. I'd be wrong to tell you to tell other people about their mental health and not check yours.
Yeah, I tell people all the time I'm doing great, but you know what I'm saying, inside it's hard to kind of balance everything that I have going on with the kids in the store and opening all these businesses, the artists and all that kind of stuff that I have going on. So, you know, mainly what I would tell people, if you're going through something, it's kind of always somebody going through something, a harder time than you are. But you know, you just kind of gotta have to do what you have to do to find that balance between what it is that's stressing you out versus what it is that's gonna help you get out of that situation. So you know, with me, the best thing I try to do is, you know, wake up in the morning and pray. And I look at what I do is watch interviews of the guys who I inspire, see what they, you know, went through when they were my age, you know, the losses that they took, you know, the friends they might have had to lose, like how did they deal with all that to get out of these situations. And you know, 90% of the time, the people that I look up to, they were in situations that, you know, I'm in that they weren't in, but 90% of the time we go through the same thing. So I'm like, if they can get through it, then of course I can get through it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm glad you got your mental health good, because especially like someone like you, who everybody see, like they would just assume you straight just because, man, you look like you doing good. Yeah. So people would just assume he doing good. But no, even people in a great position like him need to still be checked on, man.
Always.
So that wraps up all the questions I have for you. This is the part where it's an open floor. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to touch on? Any announcements you need to make? I don't know if somebody paid for some promotion, anything you need to shout out real quick. What is, the floor is yours, basically.
No, we pretty much covered everything, man.
Hey, it's hard because you do so everything. We could have sat here all day and not covered everything.
We could have sat here, you know, all day, but I do want to congratulate you for what you've been doing too, sir. I appreciate you having me. And like I said, you've even reached out to me because, you know, I'm trying to do the YouTube thing, and that's been going good for you. So you've been inspiring me to just be like, fuck it. I be telling people to subscribe to me. I don't subscribe to many people. I subscribe to you, and I'm like, damn, bro, I watch your video, but you ain't put no other one out. I ain't put no other videos out. It's just me, you know, I'm always a laid back dude, but I'm like, in today's time, if you kind of want people to buy into and understand your story, you got to be front row. You got to be, you know, your social media got to be on point, your YouTube got to be on point. So it's all business to me. So I'm breaking out of my shell, you know, just seeing other people do it.
That was my problem for the longest. Shout out Trey again. Trey told me for the longest, hey man, make your Instagram post. I would not have done posting. I follow my Instagram post. I've been booming now on Instagram now. So I'm like, damn, it is true. You got to break out that shell, man, to get more people.
Just got to break out that shell, man. Like I said, I'm definitely going to do that. I'll tell people to look out for, I'm starting a series called Stusa Lifestyle, and it'll just be like daily vlogs of whatever I got going on, C-Lee got going on, the store has going on, just so people can kind of see what it takes to get to this level. Because, you know what I'm saying, 5-10 years from now, I want people to look back and see where we are and see the work that we had to put in. And, you know, I even want my kids to look back and see, like, yeah, this is what Pop's doing when you were running around.
I think that'll help you too. People can really appreciate what you're doing. Cause a lot of people, they see you, but they don't see the behind the scenes. That really might help you all around. People really seeing what you're doing to achieve what you're achieving, which is a lot, man. Yeah. So you already know, man. Talented, awesome reseller, businessman. I can sit here all day and give you all the compliments under the sun, and you earned every single one of them, man. But you know how every road's going in. I need you to tell somebody. You ain't got to know them personally. You just see them working and passing. We just sat here and acknowledge all the good things you're doing. I need you to acknowledge somebody by ending the roads growing and giving somebody else their flowers.
I'm gonna give it to my boy Trey, like you just said. Trey Payne, man. Like I said, my boy just started his journey with DJing this year. He's excelling in that. I booked him for every event that I had. I've seen you booked him for.
Yeah, he be on the rap sheet.
On the rap sheet with you. He just opened his own insurance agency. You know, I want people to understand. Like, I'm not talking about AAA. I'm talking about Allstate, man. Like that's not something that you can just wake up in the morning and decide to do. Like that's real business right there, especially when you got the people that he has on his backing and supporting him, man. Just to have those people backing you, man, that's a super accomplishment, man. like I said, that's gonna be one of the guys who moves forward with me in any business that I open, as far as with the record label and all that kind of stuff. Any way that I can use him, just not as a DJ, but as somebody who I can go to for information and kind of understand, where I'm at,
Nah, that's a fact. Trey definitely somebody. Even here, what I'm doing with the Talk to Me Nice platform. Yeah. Trey, behind the scenes, killing things on that too for me. So definitely.
I got to congratulate him. He'll probably be a father by the time the video drops.
Oh yeah. I'm still offended. I told him when he came for the podcast, I ain't get no invite to the baby shower. He told me, nah, man, I ain't invite nobody. That's my fault. Whatever, man. But nah, definitely Trey, great person, man. If y'all don't know Trey, he has his own Rose Garden that's already out. So go learn about Trey, man. He definitely deserves it. Great guy. Other than that, man, anything else you need to say before we close this video?
Nah, my brother, I just said again, appreciate you having me.
Of course. So if you have nothing else to say, my name is Lawrence Ray, and this was the Rose Garden.